What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you guys are having an amazing Thursday. So Steve Harvey, he is speaking out in regards to what a lot of people are speculating, the Katt Williams interview that happened back in January on Club Shay Shay that went viral. And he is saying, that comedians shouldn't tear down, each other. What's going on? Now, mind you, this is, the end of October. A lot of people were waiting for Steve and others to speak out in response to what Katt said. And again, not only was it viral and extremely popular, I feel like it shifted the culture, but no one can say that Katt Williams lied. So this is what Steve Harvey said. This clip is about 3 minutes long, and then I'll give my commentary at the end.
These two dudes right here matter to me in a way where, like he say, like if we going through something, we'll call each other because we feel for each other because we know the real person.
Right. Yeah.
I know they lying about you online. I know that podcast is bullshit. Hanging that dog don't pay no attention to that.
Yeah.
Because and look, man, just because you can talk smooth without saying it don't mean you ain't lying.
Right.
I be sitting up here looking at these podcasts of these other comedians that's going on talking about other comedians. Hold up, dog. Where did that shit come from? When did we become that? When did we get into tear each other down business? Because you ain't never heard me say not a disparaging remark against another comedian nowhere. You ain't heard him or him. Because we ain't cut from that cloth.
Right.
So what is your motive for doing this here? And you're not going to tear him down. And look, man, I got a real platform. I got a radio show that do 9.5 million people every day on it. I could cut that mic on and let you have it. I'm talking about I could fix your career on a permanent basis, partner, because I got 4 hours a day to do it. I don't do that.
Right.
I ain't got no minutes for you, man.
Right.
I'm not in the tear down business. I'm in the uplift business, regardless as to what you say. And look, man, I'm like an internet sensation. They just do me on the internet just because it ain't nothing else to do.
Wait, let me send this right now.
I be like, damn, man. And I'll be like, damn, because I ain't done half the stuff they say I do. But that's part of the process because everything you going through is God preparing you for where he taking you. So now I had to develop this alligator skin because I was going to be in the forefront of a lot of stuff, I was first black game show host, first black to host Miss Universe, first person to do this, first person to attempt that. Well, that puts you out in front of a lot of stuff. When you get out in the front, man, you get a lot of haters. And I say this to all my dudes, man, when I'm talking to them. You got to understand something about a hater. You've never had a hater that's doing better than you. Ever. Think of all your haters. Ain't none of your haters doing better than you. So now what's the purpose now? So you gotta understand now what it is. The haters is to throw you off track and distract you. And you gotta distract me because you see where I'm headed. But regardless of all the distractions, like say, I know how to get up. I'm going to get up because it ain't about you. Haters are not decision makers, power brokers, or shakers and movers.
Right.
They just haters, man. They got one job to rob you of your destiny. And if you let them, if you come down off the wall, like I don't come down off the wall to address none of them. I'm on the wall, man. I'm climbing. I'm not coming down on your level to address you. You take that monkey shit somewhere else. You're talking to somebody else because I'm on a different level. The Kings was on a different level.
Okay, so I want to, unpack what he said, right? A few things. One, I don't think, if he is talking about Katt Williams, right, allegedly, I don't think that Katt Williams is doing worse than Steve Harvey. So he said that he has a real platform. Well, Kamala Harris is going on Club Shay Shay Monday, and I will definitely be seated for that. Congratulations to Shannon Sharpe. He's had a lot of heavy hitters on that podcast, but I think Katt Williams, his interview is one of, if not the top interviews on YouTube. So I wouldn't consider, 60 plus, almost, I think, 70 million views a small platform. That's number one. Number two, no disrespect to Steve, because he is an innovator. He has, done multiple things very well. And, I want to give him credit where credit is due, hosting, Miss Universe, even though he called the wrong the wrong contestant as the winner. But he wasn't fired. He was brought back for another term, or that following year. But congratulations to him. And he has, he had the Steve Harvey show. He hosts Family Feud, all these things. But that's not to say that Katt Williams is not out here doing his thing, because Katt Williams, took his show on the road. I think he's still on tour, doing very well. When Monique was essentially blackballed by Steve, and she went on his show and expressed how hurt she was. And, he's like, well, she said, my sister, burned too many bridges and there's nothing I can do for her now. And Steve was like, well, this ain't, a race thing. This is a money thing. And they were just going back and forth. I could see there was a lot of hurt there. But what Katt Williams did was he brought her on the road with him. Katt Williams, to me, is somebody of action, right? He said that he hasn't booked anybody who was less funny than him. He has taken so many, especially female comedians, on the road with him. I don't see that. I've never seen Steve talk about a female comedian or take, any kind of female comedians with him. He's sitting at the table with the rest of the kings of comedy, rest in peace, Bernie Mac. But he's sitting there with Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, and it's another gentleman. He's a comedian as well. I'm not sure what his name is. But my point is, him saying, I have a real platform. Again, that is disparaging. Everything that he's saying here, like, I had to develop alligator skin and, I don't let things bother me. To me, this whole, clip, he sounded extremely bothered. Again, I don't think that Katt Williams is not doing well. He said that he had multiple, Netflix specials. He's somebody who brokers his own deals. He doesn't have, a production company and, all these things that he has to dole out money to. He gets to keep all of his profits because he's a very smart businessman. And likewise, nothing, not taking anything away from Steve, but he lost quite a bit of his shows. I think he lost his show to Kelly Clarkson, so she fills in for him now. And he had a lot going on with, his wife last year, with her ex coming out of prison and basically speaking on, the substances that they used to dole out to the community. She was nicknamed Lady H, and it was a mess. But Katt Williams talked about, how Steve tried to undercut Bernie Mac while he was alive during the Ocean's 11 filming. And they didn't want Steve Harvey, but Steve was, trying to say, I'll even take less than what you're paying Bernie. And the people on the production of that movie, Ocean's 11, went back and told Bernie Mac. And that's where their bad blood was. Not to mention, when they were on the road, the Kings of Comedy, that was problematic as well. So it is unfortunate, but I feel like he's doing a lot of projecting and a lot of deflecting here on that clip. And that's just my opinion, right? I don't think this Cedric or DL would say anything to correct Steve. But he is, he's been a a staple in the community for a very long time. He has garnered a reputation where he, you know, said that he didn't want people coming into his dressing room, or, you know, that he didn't want people to speak to him. Just, I mean, there's been, you know, a lot of wild allegations. And I mean, he even, well, I shouldn't say allegations, because he did address that. He just said that he didn't have time to speak to everybody, or, you know, he wanted people um, to knock, or, you know, and that's fine if he set that boundary. But I don't like the way that, you know, he's talking about comedians, you know, dragging each other down. I feel like Katt wasn't necessarily trying to drag people down. He was just speaking his truth. And again, not one person said that he lied, right? The only person who challenged him even a little bit was Cedric the Entertainer, in regards to that joke the Katt said he stole on Comic View, and then people went and they found the receipts, and they, you know, had the joke side by side, and it was extremely similar. So, you know, Katt Williams is, you know, he, to me, he's a truth teller, right? He's somebody who doesn't hold back. He is known for speaking his mind, and it's, you know, I don't know why Steve has chosen to speak out about it now. I don't know if he has some projects coming up, or he, you know, has a tour, or I don't know. I know he said that he has a radio show. He has a quote unquote real platform. Here's the thing about that too, right? A lot of people disparage change, right? Like, it reminds me of Blockbuster versus Netflix, because Netflix was years ago. This is when Blockbuster was king, but Netflix was, you know, that up and coming streamer, and they essentially laughed at Netflix. Well, Blockbuster went out of business and Netflix got the last laugh. So anyway, I wouldn't, you know, disparage Katt, because I feel like he's on his way. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about what Steve said? Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, aces. Bye.